what do you see as the role of freelancers going forward?
I'm going to tackle the back end first. I think the role of freelancers is going to grow dramatically as our industry continues to, as long as the revenue picture is dimming. I think you'll see that grow. We're taking a big long look at that. The New York Times, there's a ton of freelance, and you may have noticed last year they took their Times staff writer byline signature off their byline, so you can't tell from reading the New York Times anymore what's staff and what's freelance unless you really know the players. So I think we will be taking a look at that. And again, this town's full of great writers, and the way our industry is going, it gets more full of great writers every day, unfortunately. The front of the question, I'm sorry, was...
well, you're talking about populating...
Oh, we paying people? The best experience we've seen out there so far are some people, we call them super users. There might be people we would pay nominal amounts of money to be the room host in Sherman Oaks, if you will, if we find somebody that's a community activist or someone who's just really into whatever's going on in Sherman Oaks. But no, for the most part, it would be people who want to participate and be a part of the discussion and the process and all of that. It would be, we'd be relying on readers who would be posting on their own time and for their own enjoyment and interest and participation.
Because a lot of the blogs, that I'm saying, they're all basically done by staffers in the paper, and same thing with the magazine. I mean, it's basically being done by, mostly by people who are on staff.
Well, actually, most of our blogs are, I have to look at the lineup again, but for most of last year, the vast majority of them weren't done by staffers. That was one of the more frustrating parts of our effort last year was when I took over, we had 30 blogs and 20 of them were generating a little bit of no traffic, so we scrapped them and started over, and we put out the call for what are you interested in? It was an open call. It's like, what do you want to write about? We're taking all comers, and we didn't get that much. People were just either weren't comfortable doing it or felt like they had the time, and so we had to go out and we hired a whole bunch of freelancers to do really important stories, like our LA land blog, which is now Peter Viles. We hired as a freelancer, but he did really well in that job. We brought him on staff full time, but stuff like that was largely from freelancers. So, but I think you can expect to see us use an increasing amount of that in the years ahead.
Thank you for Jane Engel in the back row back there. Jane, raise your hand. Just back from doing what assistant travel editors do best, travel. Who helped set up this evening. She's assistant editor for the travel editor for the Times and a board member of the Press Club. Jane, thank you so much. I want to thank